Right back down the other end, a goal attack into the hoop. It goes, and we're one apiece. Do you think, Will, this is the kind of thing we're going to get in this game? It's frantic, and it's going to be end-to-end.
Absolutely, yeah. Back and forth, like a pendulum, my friends. It's fantastic stuff. If you just joined us on radio, welcome to the Netball First. My name is Will Chesney. I'm joined with Oliver Whitmore. Some great stuff. We're currently all tied up between Lancaster and York.
One apiece. Daniel finds Suffolk Cole to the left side of the hoop. Chance for 2-1. They get it.
And there we go. York lead maintained here. Lancaster seeming to be on the back foot somewhat, would you say?
Yeah, I would say that. I mean, it's been actually no. I think the thing is right. It's been so frantic. I don't know what to think at this moment in time. I think it's been one way and then it's been the other. As we say that, Lancaster have a chance to
as soon as I say that,
done just that.
Immediately proved right. I will shut my big mouth because it is now all tied up. 2-2 Lancaster and York.
Indeed, and York come again with goal attack. Good pass from Congreve. She looks to dash in towards the box to get the return, and she's got just that, but just carries the ball out of play. And Lancaster's goalkeeper will then pass it out, and they reset once again, passing into the centre. And the referees pulled it back for I think that was a bit of contact from the York defender, the York centre.
Indeed, yes. I mean, in matches like this, especially with the tension being as high as it is, with the crowd as loud as it is, I mean, I can barely hear my own thoughts. I can hardly hear you, mate. It is going to be a very, very physical game, I think. I mean, it's going to be a joy to watch.
It is indeed. 2-2 is the score inside the opening few minutes of the first quarter. Goal attack Lancaster, passes to goal shoot, chance for 3-2, into net it goes. That was well worked that time.
Absolutely. Slowing the game down a bit, perhaps, spacing it out a little. You've got to be careful to not bunch too much because you'll make mistakes, the defence will eat you alive.
Yes, indeed they will. Passed out to the wing attack on the right-hand side for Lancaster.
Man-to-man defence, and immediately the ball goes out. You see these mistakes being forced. This is the game we're playing, my friend. One of the biggest games, one of the tensest matches of the Roses season. You're going to get back up the field now.
It is indeed. Now with their wing defence, contact on the wing defence for York, and now play restarts. Congreve, goal attack in the centre, finds the centre, now passed out to left-hand side in Suffolk Cole. And a penalty for York, contact came in, not allowed, Congreve. Chance for 3-0, and there it is.
There we go.
Don't you think, Will, either team have really got to get their foot down here and try and get a few points ahead?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a real battle of Ooh.
We'll come back to that
too soon. Immediately, York get points at the bottom. As I was saying, a real battle of attrition here. The second that someone gets a point off it, they go right back the other end and get a point scored against them. I would not like to guess who's going to win this one. It could really go either way. But of course, a big, big event for the Roses calendar. This, but you can hear by the crowd, it has been waited upon with bated breath. Some incredible, incredible stuff here.
Oh, yes.
Amazing, amazing work there. I mean, literally just getting shocked every time by the sound of the crowd.
Congreve back into the York centre. Congreve drifts out to the left-hand side of the hoop and does eventually get the return pass. Now back into the centre. Tries the return pass back to Congreve. Quick passing play, but they need a bit more quality in that final third.
I mean, again, it's those forced mistakes. And this is a big one. Of course, worth 4 points for the whole Roses thing. And as York, I believe, are still behind generally, they're really going to secure those 4 points. And I think they're about to now as we see York making it back the other way.
Indeed, Lancaster, of course, do have a lead. They've broken the 100-point margin.
Indeed, they have, just today. But, I mean, people are saying they're going to go all the way with it and secure that illustrious 5th win, record win.
Congreve with a free kick, free throw, and it's gone.
But they're not going to be able to get it
into the rim of the hoop. It's rolled over, and it's gone out now for a...
Absolutely,
now, yeah. Lancaster with an opportunity to restart from their goalkeeper.
I mean, York, of course, looking for a repeat performance, won 62-54 last year. But this season, just 2 wins shy of Lancaster, 28-30 in the season. So it really could go either way, depending on what stats you look at.
If you're just joining us on radio... If you're just joining us on radio, on roseslive.co.uk, Berwick FM, URY, or indeed on the Roses Live YouTube channel, warm welcome to the Netball First Women's Match. My name's Oliver Whitmore, and I'm joined alongside me to my left is Will Chesney.
Hello, yes.
4-4 is the score. It's been an end-to-end encounter inside the first 6.5 minutes of this tie. As Congreve comes forward, the goal attack for York, right of the hoop. Goalkeeper tries her very best but doesn't come.
Glorious.
Doesn't manage to get the block in. York now retake the lead 5-4. A raucous crowd here, Will.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not wearing a headset. I can barely hear. I have to keep leaning into you so I can hear what you're saying. Genuinely. I mean, I was expecting this.
Lancaster's goal shoot, and into the net it goes for 5-all. The Lancaster goal. If there's one advantage that the Lancaster goal shoot has, which we believe is Ava Rowson, it's her height.
Indeed, yes. I mean, it's a game of height, really and truly. A lot like basketball. The closer you are to the hoop, the easiest to get it.
Nice passes in between Spate and Safik Cole for York.
And we've seen
Safik Cole finds the hoop.
I mean, literally, as we said, that the tallest player in that bunch getting that shot off there. Yeah, some great stuff here as we go.
Now, York in possession once again. Goal defence, looking to go out right. Congreve, she's been very lively in the opening stages, stringing some nice passes together. Ball out to the left-hand side in Speed. Bounce pass along the floor towards Congreve. Contact by the goal defence. Congreve goes into the centre. More contact. Lancaster can't really afford to keep making these contacts and trying to defend their hoop. Now it goes in to York's goal shoot chance, and she misses the first attempt, scores the second attempt, and York now back in. They were in front before, now they're 2 points ahead. Will, we spoke a little bit about trying to get an advantage of several points. How crucial is that going to be now?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I mean, York, I think the first more than 1 point lead the entire match as we come to the end of that first quarter, unless I'm very much mistaken. I am. It is very much, you've got to get that lead early because this game is such, a battle of attrition.
Speed. Lovely pass from the wing attack Speed into the goal shoot for York. Ellie Safik Cole gets her second in as many minutes and makes it 8-5 to York. 3 point advantage now. Lancaster will come again. Now with their goal attack and Ellie in Neve Fowler, the captain. Work it out into left-hand side. Neve Fowler again, goal attack. Can the captain make the contribution? Not quite. And it's gone behind. We believe it came off a York hand before it went behind. There may well have been contact. Goal shoot, Ava Rowson. Chance to claw back a point, which they've done. Score now 6-8. Will, how important are these next few minutes for Lancaster? They've got a goal. They've got to use that momentum now.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, York here with that multiple point lead. The first one we've had all game. Lancaster looking to get right on their front foot once again.
Now the chance is Ellie Safik Cole to get her third in as many minutes. She's done just that. She's entered a real hot streak of form. 3 goals in quick succession with 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in this game. Contact on Lancaster's wing attack, we believe, is Neve Fowler. And Neve Fowler still with the ball in her hands. Loop pass over towards the centre now on the right. A nice flick pass over the head to keep it in play. But it's now gone out. And
I mean,
there was contact, I believe, so Lancaster's wing attack has the opportunity to try and claw back a point to make it 9-7. Yorkshire chants ring out.
I was going to say, the raucous sound of the Yorkshire chants there. Again, this is one of the tenser, one of the bigger games, I'd say, of the Roses calendar. You can hear that in the crowd.
That was a really good bit of defending from York's goal defence, who we believe may well be Anna Aravallo. But another opportunity for Lancaster. And the red half of this sports centre goes wild. It's 7-9 to York.
Absolutely electric here. I mean, again, York, I'd say, trying to get into their heads too much. They do still have that 2 point lead.
They do. Now, chance with Leah Daniel, contact. Manages to get it in to Elise Safik Cole. And she's doing really well so far, isn't she?
Absolutely, especially in those contested areas. That was a really tightly guarded shot. A couple of Lancaster players there, but still managed to get a fantastic shot off. Clear as a whistle.
10-7 to York, 5.5 minutes of this first quarter to go. Lancaster in possession. Bit of contact comes in from York's centre, Leah Daniel. And now Lancaster with an opportunity to try and claw their way back further to reduce the deficit from 3-2. They found the goal shot once again. In it goes. And with 5 minutes now, it's 10-8. Will, you get the feeling this is going to be a high-scoring game from what we've seen so far. 10-8, 5 minutes to go, just the first quarter.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, as I said before, one of the essential parts of the Roses calendar, so they know that this is time for them to perform.
Great passing in between the goal shoot for York and wing attack of Isabel Spate and Safik Cole. Quick passing to good effect.
I was going to say, speaking of the devil there, 11-8 to York. They know this is one of the biggest games of their season, or the history between these two teams in the league as well. They know it's going to be a high-scoring game. We're seeing that in spades here right now. Lancaster attack. Goal shot has it. Chance to claw another point back for Lancaster. They've done just that. 9 for Lancaster to York's 11. They go with a really, really tight guarding method there. I mean, barely any room to breathe. That's exactly what you want in a game this tense.
Congreve now with an opportunity. Looks to find Safik Cole. Contact comes in on Safik Cole. Free shot. Referee just adjusts her position as to where the contact came in. That was a trickier shot than she's faced a lot of times so far in this match. That was a real nice one.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, that's
13-10.
Great example of the sport there, 13-10. York building on that 3-point lead.
Lancaster now trying to work it well into the circle right by the hoop, but they were unable to.
Excellent, no worries.
Has Congreve kept that in? No. She tried to reach for the ball to try and keep it in play and get a 14th for York with 2 minutes left. And the Yorkshire chants start again right off to our right-hand side. York fans have turned up in their numbers and they are loud. That will definitely assist their team as Lancaster build with their wing attack. Out to the right in the centre in Christina, the vice-captain for Lancaster. Contact comes in, and that was into the body of Leia Daniel, and she can now reset over the top towards Arevalo. Good build-up by York. Spate drops deep into the centre to collect the ball, to collect the pass. Contact comes in. They'll set through Arevalo again as Elise Safik Cole offering her support, voicing her support to her teammates.
I mean, I was saying before, very kind of bunched up, very kind of tightly defended, and you see it again there.
Really good pass from the centre, Daniel, into Safik Cole. Safik Cole applauding that, and rightly so. That was a really neat pass over several defenders there.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, we were saying before, Lancaster really trying to man mark as much as they can, but York still getting clear shots off under the net. You start to wonder, do they need a defensive rethink on the red end? I'm not too sure, but York, scoring like those tomorrow, and you can only hope, they can only hope for more of that.
I think one thing, Will, that has happened quite a lot in this game as she receives the ball now, Isabella Congreve. She's had far too much space in that middle section.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, as I commented on before, I mean, as we say that, scored once again. We've been saying the whole time, you've got to have these people man mark, but especially under the net as we start to come to the end of that quarter.
Free throw for Lancaster, contact on their wing attack. Last 60 seconds we're into now. Can Lancaster get an all-important point to try and find a spark in this game? They will do that now. Oh, well, I was almost convinced that would roll in via the hoop as York actually commits a foul for contact.
Indeed, quite literally could have gone either way there.
And now they score to make that deficit just that smidge narrower. It's now 15-11 to York. York building once again. Speed.
I believe
Daniel has drifted out to left-hand side well. There's Congreve again. Goalkeeper doing her very best to get any contact on the ball she can. Lovely finish. 16-11. 5-goal cushion is restored. And they needed that heading into what will be our first break. Or maybe it will be reset to what it was before Congreve's goal. Yes, it is.
Some fantastic work there as we come into the final seconds of that quarter. We hear the buzzer go. I mean, a fantastic game to start off with. Some really incredible stuff there. Yeah, cheers for stepping in, whoever it was.
Welcome back to coverage of the women's netball first, live on University Radio York, Bellreg FM, Roses Live and roseslive.co.uk. I'm Olive Whitmore. I'm joined by Will Chesney. We are into the second quarter. The score is 16-12. And it's been a fast start for York with the ball right under the hoop, just as it was plenty of time in that first quarter. There was slight contact on that attempt to roll the ball out of her hands, and Lancaster there paying the price.
Absolutely. I mean, York with that lead again, 17-12. You've got to be careful not to get too cocky here, but I mean, you'd understand if they did. Some incredible ball being played by both teams there.
That was a nice move from Lancaster, and their towering goal shooter has used that advantage to full effect once again. Lovely finish. We're now 13 for Lancaster, 17 for York. Will, what do Lancaster have to change? They were kind of bleeding points towards the end of that first quarter. What must they change as York now form another attack? We might come back to your analysis after this move, as York build it once again in towards their goal shoot, who looks to be Sydney Bonaleni, who has remained on the court after the first quarter, and she's got the ball now in from Congreve. They've both linked up really well. Slight contact on the goal shoot as the hush descends on the court. That was a key bit of contact which will allow her to make a second shot again. It's gone over the hoop, but the goal shoot, Bonaleni has done well to recollect, and it is into the hoop for 18-13. Will, what must Lancaster do to stop bleeding points?
Well, I mean, I think at this point, kind of keeping that goal very, very well defended is extremely important. And I mean, at this point, you've kind of got to realise that they're going to take a lot shorter shots. You're not going to get these forced mistakes from long shots. The goal has to be as defended as humanly possible, and Lancaster have started doing that in this quarter.
They have, but maybe not as much as they would have wanted to. Congreve, now Daniel, lovely lofted pass over to Congreve. Great movement from left to right of the hoop as she now looks to find it from the edge of the corner of the circle. Can't quite do that. The ball's bounced out of play. York's goalkeeper now has an opportunity to pass out. They're struggling to find an option. Lovely interception, or so she thought. That was York's wing attack of Lottie Mayer.
I mean, that was a... Oh, there we go. I mean, that was a fantastic example there of what Lancaster should be doing, forcing them into that kind of outer region so York have to take longer shots. But not there, though. See a score from York.
And yeah, another lovely finish. It was good from Bonaleni to put a good bit of backspin on that ball as it came in. That makes it so difficult to... You might get your fingertips on it, but the way the ball is spinning, you need as much friction as you can get on the ball. But the way it's moving is very difficult, as Lancaster now, with their goal shoot chance to score, they've done just that. But that was good technique there, wasn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a game of momentum, isn't it? And if you have momentum on the ball like that, clear eyes, clear hearts, can't lose.
That's good. I like that.
Thank you.
Now, York come again with Congreve. Weighs up the shot. A desperate attempt to block off the shot. Rolls out off of the ring of the hoop. And Lancaster look to play through their centre. Now wing attack on the right-hand side. They're doing well now. They're finding a bit of space in the centre third. They're doing well to build past York's defence. Now to the left in the wing attack. Goal attack has it. Wing attack now once again. Good, strong passing, quick passing. Goal shoot has it, left of the hoop. We might be hearing part of that DJ set momentarily. Yes, we are. It's another point. 16-19 to York. Lancaster starting to find a bit of momentum here. They're building very strongly. Lovely interception from Leah Daniel there in the middle. No contact at all, no fuss. That's exactly what you need. Lancaster, they're a bit late in the challenge at the moment and committing far too much contact, aren't they?
Indeed, indeed. But they are trying to get a more strong defence. I mean, we saw before York taking a longer shot and then missing it. That's the kind of thing they need to be doing, making York make longer shots, because if you get them directly in front of that net, the game's gone, they've won already. Yeah,
I mean, goalkeeper, it's arguably the hardest position in netball. You're operating in such a finite amount of space, and you have to reduce that space for the attacker as much as you possibly can. Leah Daniel trying to find speed on the left-hand side, but the pass had just too much on it, and it's gone out of play now. And Lancaster, the hosts, will reset from their goalkeeper. Now into the centre. Space might be emerging here for Lancaster if they can work it quickly. York trying to retreat back as fast as they can. Ball out with the left-hand side. Excellent interception from goalkeeper Iona Biggins. And now they come through Arivalo. Daniel. Now Congreve dropping into some space on the left-hand side. She's done well. Contact comes in on speed. Now into the goal shoot in Bonaleni. Bonaleni from Congreve. There's the backspin again. It's starting to become a bit of a trademark for her in this game now. Another chance for Congreve to find her net. Can't quite do it. She might get a second opportunity. She does. And she finds the net. That was smart play there, wasn't it, from Bonaleni to just try and use the space to close off that lane for the defender to try and pluck the ball out of the air.
Absolutely, but you're noticing that these York shots, as much as they are still going in, you're getting a lot of misses beforehand. You wonder whether Lancaster are starting to get in their heads now, what with their more kind of man-mark-based defending. I mean, of course, this is a game very much played in their head, so I wouldn't be surprised if that starts to have an impact as the game goes on.
Bonoleni now with an opportunity and passes into Congreve. There was quite significant contact there, and it will be a free throw. They'll restart just to the right of the hoop. It goes over towards the left-hand side in Maddie Speak. She's done well to control the ball. Now Congreve again. Congreve looks to find her goal shoot. Can't quite do that. Contact comes in. Again, we were saying that. It's become costly for Lancaster now. That contact on the attacker. Of course, you are meant to be 2 feet away.
Absolutely.
You can make a reach to try and close that space down, but Lancaster, they're just not quite having the reach to prevent York and Sydney Bonoleni from getting those shots into the hoop. But they do build well down the left-hand side. Quick passing. We've not seen quite enough of that from Lancaster so far. They do that now, though. Contact comes in. Leah Daniel, and she throws the ball down in frustration, knowing she's committed the contact, which Lancaster were doing far too often. But the goal attack can't quite punish her that time around.
Absolutely electric crowd response there. And, you know, if that's just for a shot not going in, as soon as they score, it's going to go insane in here.
I'm on the darts later at 8 p.m. I fear I might have lost my voice by that point.
I was going to say, if I've still got working eardrums, it will be a minor miracle. But it is incredible to drink this all in. If you are about on Lancaster campus, come down, come have a look. Some great stuff going on.
Congreve shoots, and it's hit the outer ring of the net. But Bonoleni has recovered the ball. Up it goes, in it goes. Clinical from the goal shoot. 21 is the score for 22 now. The score for York, 16 for Lancaster. Advantage of now 6 points. They're looking to get a 7th. Sydney Bonoleni has it. Goalkeeper trying her best to reach. She mistimes the challenge, and that has cost her that time.
Risky shot there as well, slightly longer out from the York player, but it's serving dividends now, 23-16 to York.
Just under 8 minutes of this second quarter to go. Wing attack looks to bring it over to the goal shoot from the left. He's done that very well. In goes the shot. You do feel that these goals for Lancaster, just by the sheer height of their goal shoot, they seem, and of course her technique as well, which is on form at the moment, the goals seem pretty inevitable, but they've got to get it to her as much as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, they are playing almost kind of Golden State Warriors-esque Curry era attack, where you're kind of getting it to this one player and just trusting they'll make it work. I mean, it may pay dividends for them, but we're going to have to wait and see.
Congreve to Bonoleni, that combination once again to full effect. 24-17 with just over 7 minutes of the second quarter to go. Lancaster starting to fade a little bit. These next few minutes will be crucial.
Absolutely, yes, especially with that big point advantage, not just here, but in the entire Roses thing. I think York may be able to get a fantastic comeback here. And for Lancaster as well, with that, you know, that illustrious 5th win for the overall Roses thing, this is a massive, massive game for that 4 points.
Lancaster have it with the goal shoot once more. Hits the hoop, celebrations from the York faithful. She'll try again, and it rolled all the way around the hoop and went in.
I wouldn't say they're celebrating anymore, but Lancaster to make it work here. 24-18 to York here.
Yeah. 24-18 is indeed the score, an advantage of 6. They've managed to maintain that throughout the last few minutes. Lancaster building once more, quick passing. They're up towards the hoop now gone out to the left-hand side. Strong challenge from the substitute, Izzy Sharp, York captain. If there's any player we would have expected that level of commitment from, it's her.
I mean, I said before, this is one of the biggest games of the calendar, and Rose is one of the biggest rivalries, stretching back hundreds of years to a war even. You're going to see a lot of contact.
Well,
no bows and arrows, though, unfortunately.
No, we can be grateful that that's not how Roses is decided these days.
Don't give them ideas.
Congreve with an opportunity, and she converts from the right of the hoop. Very nicely done once again. York believe that was their 25th. I'm not sure if the scoreboard is updated. That is displaying 24. We'll go with it for now. 24-18. Lancaster, York rather, with the ball, and it's Bonoleni. Into the net it goes. That is their 25th. Maybe the ball didn't go in. I think it might have just dropped short.
Indeed.
The angle we're at, you can't tell sometimes.
Indeed, but you're seeing a lot more contested passes and shots there. Lancaster really trying to muscle in. Now, Lancaster in the centre of the court, working it to the right-hand side.
not too many passing options. Congreve, though, misses the interception. Ball out towards the centre on the left-hand side. Good space. Now the goal shoot.
Risky
tries
pass.
to go into the goal attack. Maybe she had the opportunity to shoot there and decided to opt for the pass. But, crucially, contact comes in on goal attack. Goal shoot with an opportunity. She converts. 19 for Lancaster.
That shot there, smooth like butter, fantastic. Whether he's mentioned before, I think he used the word clinical, and I'd be inclined to agree. Maybe that's why York wear white. That's the lab coats there, but indeed, it's clinical shots from all players here. I mean, no matter who wins or loses, they've got to be proud of this performance. I've not seen a foot wrong yet.
Lab coats, did you say?
I mean, white, you know, clinic, it works.
Yeah, I can see that connection.
Yeah, like scientists, you know, they wear the lab coats and they do chemistry, I guess.
Well, this, in terms of the point total for Lancaster, they are ahead, but this score currently as it stands is definitely not what the doctor ordered.
Indeed, indeed. Solid work there, well done. And into the crowd there, the ball goes. Nearly got Ollie on the head, bless him.
I was fearing that might hit my microphone there, but goal shoot for Lancaster with an opportunity. Using that technique to full advantage once again. It's really nicely done. And that 6-point advantage, York no longer have it. They did manage to keep it just by sheer weight of scoring. They were just outscoring Lancaster in terms of how regular they've been. But that's out. Nice shout from the Lancaster goal shoot to the centre. She sensed the space, but most importantly, made that communication immediately afterwards. And another goal for Lancaster, 21-25 is the score. York still in front, but that was a great bit of communication there.
Absolutely. I mean, we're seeing a reversal of fortune for Lancaster, perhaps. Now only a 4-point gap, and we're seeing some fantastic play, goals on goals on goals, but York looking here to return it and not quite being able to. Indeed
so. If you do hear a slight pause in our commentary, that's because at every break, when at the end of a quarter, there is a DJ set right off to our left, and it's quite loud.
Mate, I mean, you're still slightly further away. I'm noise-sensitive autistic. Think about how I feel, man. Right in the ears. Good music, though.
Right-hand side, Lancaster pulling once again. One throw passing. It's been very well built by Lancaster. Now at the centre, goal attack, work to goal shoot, contact comes in, free throw. That was clinical from Lancaster that time.
There you go. I'm sensing a trouble in the York lab here. Lancaster starting to make those gains. Back again to only a 3-point lead from York. Oh, and a player going out there.
Indeed, Lancaster's goal shot taking a bit of a stumble there. That was quite a heavy fall. I was too busy looking at the score, about to announce it. And she was up against the wall, but she's back up on her feet, and the ball was nearly in the hoop again, but not quite.
And listen to that crowd as well. I think they're baying for blood. This is an absolutely huge reaction here. Loving the support.
Contact on the goal shot, chance at another goal, in it goes, and suddenly the score is nearly level. Lancaster have brought back their spark, and they're bringing back the momentum very well here.
Well, I did say it might happen, a reversal of fortunes. I think this is what's happening here. They've finally found something to break York's deadlock seal. The question is, can they keep it going?
The Lancaster crowd are on their feet. They're showing their appreciation. If you're just tuning in, welcome to the sports arena here at the University of Lancaster. Roses 2026 well underway, well into its second day. York are 25-23 up in the netball first match. Lancaster, though, have possession. A hush descends on the crowd, on the court once again. Great communication from the goal shot again. She's found space. She's found another goal. And we could see the score level going into the end of the second quarter, Will.
Absolutely. I mean, it's very, very possible going from a multi-point gap to just one, dividing them here. And I mean, that's the only hush you're going to hear over the crowd the entire time. The crowd, again, those Yorkshire chants there.
Coming out at a time where their team will really need them. They have possession with the goal. It's short now to the wing attack. Contact comes in from Leah Daniel. With the goal shot, she's found again. Can she find the net to level the game? Inevitable.
And there we go. All tied up, 25-25 as we draw towards the end of the second quarter. This is a tense one. You could cut the tension in here with a knife, my friend. It is absolutely electric.
Everybody will be walking out with shorter fingernails than those with which they came in. It is that level of nerves that you observed there, Will. But they're still in good voice, which is great to see and great to hear if you're listening to us on Radio Belreg FM or University Radio York, or indeed roseslive.co.uk. Sydney Bonner.
Someone's
Lenny.
memorised his links.
No. Well, that's what happens when you are in student radio for 3 years. Here's
enough.
Congreve, opportunity now to get them back in front, and York are back in front. That was crucial. That's a dagger to Lancaster's hearts. They worked really hard to get that, to get level. Now they're 1 point behind. They've got 7 seconds left of this game. They're building quickly. Can the centre get it to the goal shoot? There's just too much on it. Over it goes, and the York side erupts. 26 to 25.
Brilliant.
after 25 as we start the third quarter, and they look to make a bright start with Sydney Bonaleni carries the ball out of play. And although there was contact, the referees pulled it back for a contested throw, which Safik Cole gives to Sydney Bonaleni. Goal shoot, and can she put it in? Not quite. Safik Cole has recovered it well, and there's contact. Hush to sends once again in anticipation, and in it goes. Safik Cole has scored, and it's now 27-25. Small correction to make. Most of the times that I've said Sydney Bonaleni, I've in fact been referring to Elise Safik Cole, the goal attack, who has been such a key figure for York so far, Will.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, if you're just joining us, my name's Will Chesney. I'm here with Oliver Whitmore, and we're watching Lancaster make somewhat of a comeback here, going from a very multi-point gap to just 1 point dividing the two teams. This is a game you're going to want to sit and watch, and the crowd here are loving it, as are we.
Of course, it's an important fixture. It's a 4-pointer. All fixtures are important. Even the exhibition matches, just in terms of team morale and fighting spirit, you know. But Lancaster coming forward through their centre. Nice lofted pass from left to right across the face of the net. Not quite working out that time. They've lost possession. And York will build again with, we believe that's Iona Biggins, goalkeeper. Now passing through Leah Daniel. Leah Daniel's been a very active outlet in the centre, as centres have to be. We've said that goalkeeper's a pretty difficult position, but the centres will have to do an awful lot of work.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, they are that kind of start of that line of defence between one half and the other. You've got to, you know, that is the difference between a possession changing hands and a goal being scored. I cannot imagine, not just the pressure of doing it in any game, but right here at Roses, with crowds screaming in your ear. Again, this used to be a war. You know, this is a tense battle we're seeing here on the court.
It certainly is a battle. That is definitely the way to describe what we're seeing here. Contact comes in from Leah Daniel to her frustration. Lancaster looking to get into the goal shoot. They do. Up it goes into the net. Lancaster level once again. Will, we said this is going to be a high-scoring game in netball terms. We're already encroaching 30 into the third quarter. So by the law of numbers, we may well be seeing over 40.
Indeed. I mean, it's always nice to be proven right by netball. Realistically, you know, I'd say probably the biggest game of the season for both of these teams. Realistically, you're going to see a lot of scores here. I just feel very happy we get to watch it. Some amazing...
Leah Daniel in towards Sydney Bonaleni. The goal shoot for York. Left of the hoop. And there's contact comes in on the goalkeeper. Lofted shot. The ball almost seemed reluctant to go into the net as it did there, but it did in the end. 28-27. With just over 12 minutes to go. Safik Cole once again. Back with Daniel. Daniel goes into Bonaleni. She plucks that out of the air beautifully. Can she get the shot away? She can. In it goes. Referee called for contact, but the ball went in nonetheless. York now with another 2-point advantage over Lancaster. That's not been the case for some time, Will. It's been a really well contested game. Lancaster, as we say, have it back. Once again, just short of the hoop, and it's now into the hoop once again for 28 for Lancaster. Well, we spoke about Lancaster having to do a bit more on the defensive side of things in the opening two quarters. Would you say the same for York now?
Honestly, at this point, you could say so. They do sort of be caught on the back foot. I mean, you see there, collisions off of each other. They seem to be kind of caught on the back foot. As much as they do have that lead, it is slipping from them. You do kind of feel they're playing a game of catch-up, despite being in the lead. It's an interesting mentality.
Wrong pass from Meyer into Safik Cole. Safik Cole tries a backspin shot. Doesn't quite come off. Will it the second time? Yes, it will. If you don't try again. And York have been doing that most of the match. 30-28 is the score. York ahead in this crucial third pointer. Really, really good interception from Leah Daniel, but I think she dropped the ball there. She came down to land on the court. That's quite unfortunate. That was a really nice attempt at an interception there, but it just didn't quite come off. That ball was moving at speed.
Absolutely. I mean, as you alluded to again, that York defence, starting to find a few holes in it, but still maintaining that lead ever more. But some great play from both teams there.
Game restarts with Leah Daniel finding the goal defence. Now Safik Cole on the right-hand side, over the head pass, back to the centre defence. Wing attack to centre and Daniel. Nice pass to Bonaleni. Goalkeeper does her best to put herself off. To put Bonaleni off, I should say. Shot comes back in after a pass back across the hoop from right to left from Safik Cole, and Bonaleni converts. 31-29.
Electric crowd response once again, kicking into gear. again, fighting in the head here is so important. I've been noticing that all throughout. This is my first Roses not on home turf as second year, so I've really been reveling in the incredible crowd reactions at the futsal where I was the other day, and here as well. But it's not affecting Lancaster too much as they get a fantastic score there currently now.
You've got to say, Will, you were touching on it being an away Roses for the netball first for York. Lancaster was a attempt for Lancaster's wing defence to get the ball from a pass from Leah Daniel, stumbles to the ground, doesn't quite get there. Bonaleni's shot is just out of the net. Lancaster give it away though, and can Suffolk Cole punish them after a pass from Leah Daniel? Contact comes in, second time of asking, lovely finish, 32-30, and that's got the York crowd in their voices once again. I was saying, Will, before, you can't almost get any comment in before either team then goes and scores. It's that level of quality that we're seeing here in this game. What have I just said? There's chance for Lancaster's goal attack.
It's a difficult job as an analytical commentator because it's finding those gaps, but there's no place I'd rather be. Listen to that boo!
We were saying, we were touching on it being an away Roses, Will. Lancaster benefit from a DJ set, and York's supporters have done well to generate their own noise, haven't they?
Absolutely, yeah. This is a wall of noise, but they've got to be careful. Both teams kind of block that out, be that support or be that admonishment, I think the word is. You know, you've got to not let it get into your head. Don't get too cocky, don't get too undermined. You've got to play as if no one's watching. Yeah, which both teams... They have both been very, very focused on the game. You always have to drown out the crowd at certain points, despite the fact they're there to support you and give you a lift when you're down. And that's the position Lancaster are in at the moment, but not by much, as we have 8 minutes left of this third quarter. 32-30 is the score. York in front. Lancaster have it. Some committed defending there from York's centre defence. I believe that is Lottie Mayer. It's not Lottie Mayer. That will be Anna Arivalo. And as he looks down at his laptop there, missed an incredible goal from there. Sorry, my friend, but you have missed a fantastic one there. Some amazing, again, clinical netball. Clinical netball, that's been the story of the game. Not quite the pass Mayer wanted there. Lottie Mayer, York's wing attack. It's just gone over the goal attack, and it's out for a restart for Lancaster. They attack now from the wing defence. Great interception from Leah Harris again. Brilliant pass over to Sydney Bonaleni, absolutely splendid play. Wow, that was exceptional. Lovely bit of vision there from Leah Daniel to spot Sydney Bonaleni in space. I mean, as I was alluding to before, kind of in a joking manner, the second you blink, this game changes. I mean, we're looking before at a tied game, and now York with a 2-point advantage as the fans roar into gear. Some amazing stuff here in this match. 33-31 is the score. Commentators curse. It's now 33-32. York with the slenderest of leads. You've got to say, Will, Lancaster have done incredibly well to put themselves up from what was a 6-point advantage from much of the second quarter. Indeed. I mean, they've really kind of wrought this back, and deservedly so. Both been playing absolutely fantastically here, but I don't think York going to let them have that for long. Although I may be proven wrong and they throw that one out there. I mean, again, it's forcing those errors, working in the brain, and also man-marking, which Lancaster are struggling with a little bit at the start, but we're doing fantastic in this second half. Sydney Bonaleni from Suffolk Cole. Another goal for York, 34-32, 2-point margin once again, and they will really need that as time slowly starts ticking away. Still 6 minutes of this third quarter here on roseslive.co.uk, URY Berwick FM and Roses Live YouTube channel. Some amazing stuff all over all those channels, so please do tune in as and when. Goal shot for Lancaster with an opportunity, and doesn't quite go in the first time we're asking, does the second time. She stayed switched on there, and that was really important. Absolutely, you cannot take your eye off the ball in this game. Number one, because it's a ball-based sport, and I wouldn't advise that. But number two, as well, from a more kind of metaphorical perspective, it is such a fast-paced game. I mean, we've seen this lead trade so many times, going from draws to what look like shutouts to what will even be a basket here. Goal attack for York. Tries a shot from the right-hand side of the hoop, doesn't quite go in. But once again, they don't give up. They stay switched on, they stay focused to that ball that's coming back down off the hoop. You need to be able to get it, because suddenly, with players committed into the final and middle of the final third and middle third of the pitch, you can find yourself subject to a counter-attack. And that's what has happened here for Lancaster.
Another point for Lancaster. Goal shot does well to get that into the net. 35-34. Sharp counter from Lancaster. Maybe that is a strategy they'll look to implement the further into the game we get and the more tired those York's legs become.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at this point, it's all about the energy, it's all about the stamina, and it's all about, like I said, forcing those errors.
Contact on Eloise Saffett-Cole and trying to find the pass to Leah Daniel, and the shot doesn't quite find the net, it rolls over, but quite fortuitously into the path of Sydney Bonaleni. And the score now 36-34.
I mean, York have been absolutely furious on the rebound here. I think most of the times I've seen, they've missed a shot. They've immediately got it right back in the net there. Very much the kind of postman form of attack. If you aren't in at the time, we'll come back and deliver it later, and they certainly have.
Indeed so. Lancaster build again an attack, but the wing attacker just can't quite get the ball out of the air and secure it with one hand, which would have been sensational.
Oh, absolutely.
And Lancaster now have to reset to the left of their own hoop, deep inside their own defensive third. And there may well have been contact on the York goalkeeper. There'll be another restart to Lancaster's frustration, you might say. Well, we spoke about the contact that was really hindering them in the defensive third, but they also can't afford for it to happen at the other end. The game will just stop again and again, and that will really hurt their momentum as Sydney Bonaleni just about misses her shot towards the hoop, and Lancaster's goalkeeper has it once again, but they can't afford any lapses in defence and getting contact on York's players wherever they are on the pitch.
Absolutely. I mean, you see Lancaster with this incredible, as you mentioned before, counter-attack here, and it has paid dividends.
That slender advantage for York just keeps getting slender and slender.
Absolutely.
36 to York, 35 for Lancaster. The atmosphere building the later into the game we get. There's Lottie Mayer now on the ball. Wing attack in a central position. Contact comes in. Free throw taken. Saffett-Cole. Back to the goal defence for York. Nice communication, nice passing. They're not rushing it. Lovely build-up. Decent shot, which just hits the... that just hits the rim there. And Sydney Bonaleni leveraged that ball from behind the pole with one hand into the path of Saffett-Cole, and in it goes. What a great bit of improvisation.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't envy them there. Some incredible athletic prowess and some amazing thinking on the field there, and it is only paying dividends. York here up 2 points, but Lancaster seeming always on the edge of a comeback in suspense.
They've done well to work it quickly to the goal shot once again, and then it goes 37-36. And Lancaster, we were talking about those counter-attacks, especially through the middle of the park, and they're doing those to full effect.
Absolutely. I mean, again, the second Lancaster gets possession in York's half, they immediately try and run it back, and it's a difficult job. I don't envy them doing it, but they
Sydney Bonaleni gets it from Saffett-Cole. Lovely shot once again, 38-36. Clinical, composed, and a crucial point once again for York as we enter the final 2 minutes, I should say, of this third quarter. Lancaster's goal shot has it again. She's been active all game, and she gets herself another point. Stand-out performer, Will.
As I was talking about, that York counter-attack. I mean, Lancaster counter-attack, excuse me. And, she's really been spearheading that for the red team there. Really, really great work. Definitely something she can hang a hat on.
Lancaster University looking for a historic 5th victory in a row, looking to extend their record number of Roses wins in a row. York seemingly on a revenge quest without end, but they've got their noses in front of the netball first match. Lovely shot once again into the net from Saffett-Cole, 39-37. Those two have been crucial there, Saffett-Cole and Sydney Bonaleni.
Absolutely, and I mean, I was looking after some vox pops around the Lancaster camps and really been enjoying. Yeah. And there is a sense among the red crowd that they're going to do it and do, like I said before, that crucial 5. And if they keep scoring like that, they'll only be getting closer.
39-38, Lancaster respond once again quickly. It's goal after goal from one team to the other. That has been the story of this third quarter. York with nowhere near the level of control they had in the second quarter. It's been a great showing from Lancaster and a good recovery, but still work to do defensively. Sydney Bonaleni from range, can't quite find the net. She'll have another opportunity, finds Saffett-Cole just under the hoop. Lovely attempt once again into the net. It goes. Clinical. 40. We've hit the 40 mark for one of the teams.
Indeed we have.
78 overall goals we've seen. The Yorkshire chants are erupting from the stand we're sitting on once again, but that 2-point lead has disappeared once again as we get to the end of the third and penultimate quarter. York 40, Lancaster 39. There's the buzzer. Stay with us. We'll be back in a second. firmly on the door for York. Chance now with Lancaster's goal shoot into the air and into the hoop from the right. Tidy finish, and that's been their game plan, it would seem, Lancaster. They want to build more steadily and get the ball to their goal shooter. York seemingly will shoot from anywhere.
Oh, absolutely, yes. It is getting that tight defence to work. I nearly got to slap the ball back in, but I wasn't at my arms not long enough. But it went out there. York going for the throw in here.
Yeah, we couldn't be closer to the action here. Biggins just passes out to Arivalo. He's had a solid game in wing defence. But two teams of this calibre, it's always hard to keep them out and keep them under scoring 30 goals, with both teams north of 40. 43-41, York ahead by 2 points. Pass in from Ellie Suffolk-Cole in towards Bonaleni. Good defending initially from Lancaster. Contact comes in. Leah Daniel will restart play. And it will be Suffolk-Cole to try and find Bonaleni to the right of the hoop. Can she get it in? I'm losing count as to how many times both goal shooters have done that in this game. They've been very clinical all match. 44-41, York. Can they get a few more points to start running away with it? Could York kill this game with just a few more points under their belt?
I mean, honestly, they've got that fantastic lead going now, 3-point lead, I do believe. And in the words of Tony the Tiger, their attack has been great. This is genuinely incredible sport we're witnessing here. But Lancaster still very capable of catching up, but not if they allow goals like that from York.
That was Elise Suffolk-Cole with another good finish from the left-hand side. York 45 to Lancaster 41. It's been a solid defence, particularly in the middle of the park from York, hasn't it? They've managed to get some great interceptions in, but they're with the goal shoot to Lancaster once again. And York were unable to get the interception in that time. Lancaster reduced the deficit from 4-3.
Indeed, and I think if Lancaster do get to have a player of the game, I think that player there, the goal shoot, you've got to give it to her. I mean, really just been getting goal after goal for them here, really putting in an absolute shift. Defence, not quite been able to find the answer for her all game. As much as York do have that lead, they've still not been able to quite close her down.
Another good finish from Sydney Bonaleni. The crowd show their appreciation for that one. York looking for their second win in this fixture in as many years. 62-54 that ended, and looks like we're heading in that direction, although we might not see as many goals as that.
I mean, I wouldn't be so sure. It's a pretty high-scoring game, really. We've got about 10 minutes left, if that.
It's been fast-paced, it's been action-packed, it's been everything we could have wanted here from the gantry. Another goal for Lancaster to make it 43 now to York's 46, but they have struggled to get anywhere closer than within 3 points of York, Will.
I mean, I think I did allude to it before becoming too confident, and Lancaster is certainly fighting from the bottom here. I think keeping against that goal shoot, it seems to be doing them wonders. But of course, the question is, can they defeat York? And if the fans keep responding like that, it may well be in question.
Nice little flick from Lancaster's wing attack, but she was just unable to prevent the ball from exiting the field, and she too did as well. Just showing a level of commitment to this fixture. This is Roses.
Absolutely.
And that was indeed Roses in a moment there.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a tense competition, not just for the netball players, but for everybody. I mean, I've made the joke about 5 times now, but again, you're looking at something that used to be a war. There is no love lost between the two universities here. And as much as, of course, it is all camaraderie at the end of the day, there's this serious pride being found in these goals like that York one there.
Ellie Suffolk-Cole with another great finish from the right of the hoop to make it York 47 to Lancaster 43. Lancaster building from left to right. Lofted pass over from goal defence, but the centre just can't quite get it down.
Again, it's forcing those long balls, forcing those mistakes. That's what's going to pay York dividends in a game as tense as this.
Arivalo there with a lofted pass. It doesn't quite come off. Lancaster need to make the most of this possession after the turnover. They work it left to right. Now back into the goal attack, who's dropped just into the centre. This is better passing from Lancaster. They're finding pockets of space inside the final third. Now lofted over towards the goal attack. Great snatch out the air. Chance for a 44. That's exactly what's happened.
I mean, as I've been alluding to, that goal shoot once again, really driving the attacking game for Lancaster there.
Yep, it's been action-packed. It's had it all. It's had goals. And Sydney Bonaleni looks to convert once again. She has just done that. Now building Lancaster once again with their wing attack through the middle. They've done well, though, to keep possession. Attempted interception, I believe, from Arivalo. Good shot, and another good conversion for Lancaster. But crucially for York, it's still a 3-point gap as we enter the final 7 minutes of the tie. Lancaster looking for revenge in this fixture. But if Sydney Bonaleni will have anything to say about it... Oh, the attempt... Thought she might have had a shot on goal there, but tried an attempted pass out to Leah Daniel. Doesn't quite come off.
I mean, look at how tight that defending is. I'm seeing 3 players sort of bunched up like some sort of bizarre sandwich. This is absolutely insane. You can really feel the tension here and how much the game means to them. But the question is, getting passes off, and considering York have been favouring those short shots.
Finds Elise Saffick-Cole with a nice pass. Great piece of goalkeeping.
As I had been alluding to, I was about to say, can they get the York short shots off in such a tight defence? And as that block showed, the answer is no way, Jose, which is weird because my name's Will.
Sydney Bonaleni, she'll have another shot on goal, and that might be crucial come full time. 7 minutes left, York 49, Lancaster 43. Chance of UIFC coming from just over on my right-hand side. Arivalo with a nice interception once again in the middle of the park. Now in the centre with Leah Daniel. She's been absolutely everywhere today. Maya. Lofted pass from right to left to find Harris. Nice pass from Saffick-Cole, looking for a player on the right. It's come the way of Sydney Bonaleni. Brilliant once again. York now hit the 50-point stage. And we might be on our way to 60, Will.
Oh, absolutely. And I'd say also one of the longer shots we've seen there, York, as I alluded to, favouring very close to the net shots. That had a bit of an arc to it, and I deeply respect it. And to be fair, it worked out. I think York's starting to really find their groove. Not that they haven't been, of course, but that confidence letting them take these riskier shots. The key thing is, though, don't get cocky. The line is thin between cockiness and confidence, and you don't want to stray from the latter into the former.
The line has been thin in terms of the score for quite some time, but as Bonaleni catches the pass from Harris, finds Saffick-Cole at the first time of asking. Brilliant move from York. 35 for Lancaster. Lancaster building really quickly again from centre to goal shoot. Good chance, good goal. That's been the story of the game. York have scored, Lancaster have answered, but we've had a couple of moments in this game where Lancaster haven't really have dropped off in their scoring power right after their opponents.
And it's those moments where this game has been decided. They're those moments where York's been able to make that lead, as you alluded to previously. But if they keep dropping the ball like that, they're not going to keep that lead for very long. Lancaster working it back towards their end of the field.
Yeah, that's a substitute Harris who's lost possession in the left-hand side of the centre. Passing to the final third in the goal attack. Drifting into space on the right. Quick passing into the goal shoot. This could be big. Will it go into the net? Yes, it will. I think the York faithful did their best to try and put her off. It's gamesmanship, certainly.
Indeed. I want to draw attention to the fact as well, the goal shoot there being guarded by 2 different York players. Definitely been running the Lancaster offensive, she has been, and I think there's clearly been word from the York camp, we need to get her guarded, we need to get her guarded now.
UIFC chant in full chorus once again. Lancaster building. Sharp, the substitute who came on for Arivalo just now into wing defence, missed the opportunity to get the ball back. And suddenly, look what's happened. 51-48. Do not leave us on Channel 1, nor the Roses live stream, nor radio, as we enter into the final 5 minutes. Contact coming in Lancaster's defensive third, of course. Netball, non-contact sport. This must be 2 feet away from your opponent, and that was encroached that time. Lancaster, can they mount another sensational comeback? Contact comes in from Sharp on the goal shoot. They might just do it. 49 for Lancaster to York's 51. Just north of 4 minutes to go. Will, can they do it?
Indeed, this is a tense one, and honestly, if they keep playing this quickly, they very well might. But if they keep
Lancaster support. Watch with bated breath. York are on their feet. Goal shoot has it again. Great pass. And just like York have done for most of the game, they catch the rebound off the hoop, and it's into the net for their 50th. It's another great comeback. Not quite done yet for Lancaster, Will, but they're almost there.
Indeed, the final about just under 4 minutes, and there's only a point separating the teams. The crowd here almost with, ravenous.
Nice build up from York again, down the left-hand side, comes to Sydney Bonaleni, and it's just missed. Lancaster crowd on the opposite side of the court. They respond to that well.
Lancaster have found something that's making it work here.
Indeed, contact comes in on Yorkshire's goalkeeper, on Lancaster's goalkeeper. We believe that's Charlotte Hughes. Now with the goal defence. Left-hand side, challenge comes in, and the York crowd are on their feet. I can't quite see now what's happening.
Yeah, there's pretty much the entire front row is standing up. I can barely see. I'm relatively tall.
Here's Suffolk Cole. Now with the wing attack, I believe it's Lottie Mayer. Great interception from Christina, the Lancaster goal, Lancaster centre. Here she is again. Contact comes in and a somersault to from Harris there to try and come out of that without injuring herself.
I mean, listen to that crowd. These lot want this more than anything.
Contact comes in. Silence on the court. There you are. The equaliser.
We are now all tied up, my friends. 51-51 with just over 2 minutes to go.
Oh, but crucially, Leah Daniels with a brilliant interception right from the restart from the centre, but the referee's called it back. And Ellie Suffolk-Cole has something to say to the referee about that. I think there was contact, possibly.
Listen to that noise. This crowd could strip a werewolf if they gave them the opportunities to bone with that sound. This is the kind of thing that puts fear in the hearts of people. And they've got to block it out, but I don't envy that job.
A lot of the York faithful now on their feet. They're trying their best to will their team on. But will Lancaster get themselves in front for the first time in the match? They've done it!
Lags have got the lead with just over a minute to go.
For the first time in this game, Lancaster firsts are ahead.
But only by uno point, as they say en français.
I think you mixed languages there, Will.
That's close enough. Yet two, didn't it? Never mind. I'm not
Here we go. York looking to respond with Elise Suffolk-Cole, looking to find Sydney Bonaleni.
Here we go.
And now it comes back to Lancaster, their wing attack. Back with the goalkeeper. Good interception from York, but that will be a Lancs restart, of course. On the left-hand side of the court, and it's turning to desperation. Suddenly now York is getting to the final minute of the game. Lancaster, for the first time in this game, have taken the lead. They managed to come back the first time to draw level. York managed to respond. They've done that for all of the game, but they have 40 seconds with Lancaster in possession with short passes in their defensive third to find an equaliser. A buzzer-beating equaliser. Boos ringing out from the away section of the supporters. Missed attack
there and goes into the zone.
Missed attack from missed pass out to the left-hand side. Goalkeeper Iona Biggins has it and throws it in from the right-hand side. A real opportunity now with 15 seconds left to go. There's a brilliant interception in the defensive third from a lofted pass out, and then it's one back from Harris, but the ball leaves the field of play.
The final 5
seconds. And you might
seconds.
think that time there with the ball out of play is running out. 1 second remaining. Lancaster have done it.
You have looked at maybe the tensest game of netball that's ever been played. 52-51 to Lancaster coming from behind to win. And what an incredible game that was. Mr. Whitmore, we are honoured to be in such incredible atmosphere, game. What more do you want? This has been truly incredible.
Absolute heartbreak for York. They were in control for so much of that game. There were as many as 8 or 6 points. I believe it was between 6 and 8 points ahead at one point during this game. Lancaster they weren't ahead.
Absolutely.
They weren't ahead for any point during that game. That was a matter of sheer determination and sheer grit. They had to work so hard, and